What's up, everyone? My name is Jesse. This is the Auditorium. I react to video game music for the first time, and today is the return of Final Fantasy XVI, the latest game, and I have not had it on the channel very much at all. Maybe twice. I know for sure once, but two or less times. But today we're going to be hearing two songs. One is called Indomitable from the channel Less Than Zero, and the other one is No Risk, No Reward. Check out that thumbnail. And the second one might be kind of spoilery, so just as a heads up, it says Morbol boss theme. That's from channel Manwi Sulimo. Okay, but the first one I don't think is spoilery. It's just I was told that this is just footage that's not related whatsoever. It just has non-spoilery footage. So I'm not even gonna try to get any information from this. I'm probably not even gonna look at it that much. This is requested by Patrick and Tocom. Let's get into it. If I recall correctly, Masayoshi Soken is the sole composer, but I don't know if he did all of it. So I definitely know him from Final Fantasy XIV, though. This is Indomitable. Let's go. It's a nice looking game, by the way. Ooh. By the way, if you've played this without spoiling, let me know how your experience was. Did you like it? Did it meet your expectations? I heard it's like kind of on the darker side. Ooh. With the title like Indomitable, I wasn't expecting a ballad. Though I was told it doesn't have anything to do with the footage, I wonder if it's this air, like around this area or something. Alright. Oh, I wonder if that's his pianist from 14. I forgot her name. Kite? I forgot her name. Or if that's him. Truth be told, I would have never even guessed it's Final Fantasy period. I mean, it could be so much music in FF, but it doesn't really like scream at me that it's Final Fantasy, which is fine. I like being surprised. Halfway through. Like picked up. It's got like a little swing now. Doom da doom, doom da doom. Cool. Gotta talk over it so YouTube doesn't smack me. Yep, gotta keep saying stuff so it hides it. Whoa, that's actually a really genius way of incorporating it into it. It's like, it's repeating. It's not just like thrown in there as an Easter egg. Oh, it's like built around it. Yeah, see, now it's like changing. Ooh, that was cool. And it's not like a direct... Oh, man. Oh, that got interesting. Man, this place is crazy looking. Looks like some like river Styx stuff. Okay. First things first, let me talk about the prelude. Because when I first started the series, I had never heard Final Fantasy music before, right? I heard it pretty early on, like episode 2 or something. But that was 14. You know, I don't remember what the first numbered non-MMO FF song I heard was. I cannot recall at the moment. But either way, it wasn't... I don't even know how long, but it took forever to even recognize the prelude as a thing. As a arpeggio that has been there... I don't know, correct me if I'm wrong. Has it been there since the beginning? Or like maybe since like 2 or 3 onwards type of thing. As far as I know... The main theme might have been there since the beginning. That little dun 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 dun. But I'm not entirely sure. Because I know a lot of stuff, well, not a lot of stuff, but I've heard some stuff has been around since the second game, not necessarily the first. I can't remember exactly what. It could have been like Cactuars or something. Anyway, the prelude, had no idea what it was, but now I never would have imagined, truthfully, that I would pick up on motifs. And I don't know, it's pretty cool. You know, it's like, for those that have been here for a while, or even since the beginning, it's, I don't know. I guess you have to tell me, you know, have you seen the growth? Have you, like, I'm not like trying to fish for compliments here, but it's like, how do I word this? Because I don't script these videos. I was basically clueless, and now I'm slightly less clueless. And speaking of which, by the way, I just thought this should be brought up because it's just something that I think about in my free time, which is often. This channel, to me, is such a trippy thing because by like willingly being ignorant on a lot of things and not looking up many things and, you know, not doing too much studying to keep my brain kind of fresh so everything feels like brand new, like it should. Essentially, I wonder, I don't know, it's just a thought I had, so think nothing of it. But how many like YouTube channels do you watch that or where the focus is someone pretty much not knowing what's going on or not knowing what they're talking about or something? Usually look at people that are experts or, you know, etc., that kind of thing. That'd be a totally different channel if I was talking about guitars, some music theory stuff. But over here, I'm always like, huh, what? You know, it makes, I don't know. It's just funny because, I don't know. It's just a thought I had. Because it's totally different when it's stuff that I do know what I'm talking about. It's the complete opposite. Because then I just don't stop talking about it. But anyway. Or maybe just like these random rants that come into my head. But anyways, it's really nice that I'm able to now hear motifs and catch them and be like, ooh, oh, that's cool. And I've heard it a couple times in some songs. But this time, truth be told, I think this is the first time to me it sounded like the song was built around it. Whereas other times that I've heard it, it felt like it was just kind of thrown in as a Easter egg. Kind of like, hey, look, remember? This felt like, yeah, even though it led up to it and it was kind of like the climax of the song, it felt as if I'm putting myself in the mind of like me playing piano, even though I don't play piano, but I play guitar, so it's the same thing, really. I can imagine myself, for example, if you're ever wondering how musicians like come up with riffs or melodies, it's usually from just like noodling around, just kind of without trying. You don't try to make a riff. I mean, I guess you can, but I've never done that. And I'd imagine for 90% of people it's the same. You're just kind of like maybe watching a movie and doing something and you're like, oh, what was that? So in my mind, I can see whoever composes, you know, playing the prelude without even thinking about it. And then all of a sudden, like your fingers just kind of like drift into another chord. And then from there, you kind of go into a, what's that? And you know, nowadays we can just like pull up our phones and record something, have an idea, then build upon it. So to me, I got a very musician feeling from this. Like this was built around it. It's just a guess. It didn't sound like that to me at the beginning, but when I heard that, obviously at the end, then the whole rest of the song now sounded like it was built off of that. But speaking of the song, that was the first time I heard 16. Again, I haven't heard much of 16, but it was a different light of 16. I've always heard it. I only heard it with like really grandiose boss themes, really, you know, soak in 14 boss themes kind of thing, a lot of orchestral and, you know, big hitting noises. So this was nice. You know, I love the piano. It was nice to just relax. Though, like I said, I'm not entirely sure if this footage is completely random or if it's at least like this kind of world here, but that was really cool. Long story short, TLDR, that was just really good. And I truly wonder if this was Soken performing it, or if it's, I know he has a piano player that he gets for his concerts, and I forgot her name. What's it's like Kaiko? I'm probably totally wrong. Anyways, also the name Indomitable, totally was not expecting that. I thought that was for sure going to be a boss theme. That sounds like a boss theme. But we move on to a... Now this looks interesting. It says no risk, no reward. Morbol boss theme. So before I even click play, is that supposed to be Marlboro? Did this game change up characters in order to appeal to like a more serious crowd? Is this a, or maybe it's like a cousin to Marlboro? But I see the green, I see teeth. I don't know. Let me know. But this is no risk, no reward. Does it say the composer or anything? I mean, I'm pretty sure this is all Soken, but I really honestly don't know. Okay, let's go. Oh, jeez. Okay, yeah. This is kind of the sound I was expecting, by the way, in the first one. Yeah, that's Marlboro, right? Bad breath, everything. Yeah, the whole tone of this game feels so much darker. So maybe they did change his name to seem more serious. Are there chocobos in this game? Probably not. And if so, they're probably called, like, I don't know, chickens. You know what, though? Oh, I'll hold off to that till later. I was going to share a thought about how it looks, but... Has Morbol ever had his own theme? Or again, this is not Morbol. I'm conflicted here. His tongue's out. It looks like he's stunned or something. I haven't seen much footage of this game. that's cool. This feels like they were going for like a God of War type of aesthetic and sound as well. A game which I really enjoyed. So, also, yeah, with the button prompts too. We can shoot fire, apparently. Morbol. Game looks pretty damn good, though. I must admit. Great setting for this kind of fight. Like a swamp. Wild Rage. That's a great looking character model though. Dead. That's their channel picture. Okay. Where to begin? Well, it's nice to know that the soundtrack has a wide variety of tracks, considering the first one we heard. So, I got a lot of information from that, and also at the same time, didn't. So, my guess here, I don't know much of 16, so please just work with me here. I feel like obviously, while they were in the concept phases, they got to think of like where the direction's going to go, and you know what's the overall like feel of the game. And it seems like they went the route of kind of your Elden Rings and God of War and these kind of big, epic, dark, you know, kind of games. I don't know if 16 is. I don't know if Final Fantasy before 16 went this dark, and by dark I mean like aesthetic. Kind of overall color palette. I'm not sure about the story. I also heard that this has like cussing and stuff, so it's like a little different, right? It's a little more mature. I don't know how it was received. I've kind of avoided it. I don't know if people like it or hate it, or if it's too early to say, you know. But one thing I find very commendable though is this was made pretty much, from what I can tell, alongside of Rebirth, because that came out like pretty shortly after it. And it seems like two teams, at least, because I don't know if there was any crossover, but the games, just because I played Rebirth, they look entirely different. One is full of color, and you know what I mean? It's a totally different game, though. So that's crazy, you know, that two games were pretty much made alongside each other. Although I'm going to assume not the same team. So it's cool though. The reason because that is it doesn't look like they reused stuff. Like I know what Morbol looks like in Rebirth. He doesn't look like that. I don't know what he looks like in 15. If he's in 15, I assume he is. You know, it looks like they made a lot of original stuff for this game, from what I've seen, which is not much. I don't know why they changed the name. Again, I'm guessing it's just to kind of like rebrand itself to make it seem more serious, or is this like a relative of Marlboro, that kind of thing. There was something else I was going to say. Oh, So the reason I bought up God of War is because, first of all, I really like that series. I've played all of them, from the OG to the newer ones. Both Kratos, and I've grown up with the series. I know how it is, and one thing that's always stood out with me in those games is how generic the music sounds. Very rarely, and the music is good too. You know, Bear McCreary and everyone else, and the composers before him, they do a phenomenal job. But like, that's in the game as you're slashing and killing and stuff. But it's not a series where the music really like stands out on its own. And when I think Final Fantasy, especially Final Fantasy, in like the Nobuo era and the Hamazu and the Mizuta era, like all that kind of stuff, they seem to have really taken that seriously. The melodies is a big thing. When I hear this song, I'm going to be honest, I don't remember any of it. It sounded so generic to me. And I think it's just like a valid criticism. I want you guys to... I would assume you're all adults that watch me. I don't think kids watch me, really. And by kids, I mean like, I don't know, 13 to like 17, 18 or something like that. Because when you say stuff like that, typically, like, some people might get offended or something because they don't agree with you or something. Maybe you do like this stuff. Maybe you do listen to it like at work or running or something. I'm just saying, songs like this, they do kind of nothing for me. They're just really, and this goes with God of War 2, which is a game that I really love. The songs are just kind of there at their time and serve their purpose and make the song make the game feel very epic. So for that, it's amazing. You know, I can imagine playing that, hearing all the sound effects and dialogue. Yeah, you really feel that energy. But the song by itself, nothing sticks out. It sounds like, and I'm being truthfully here, it sounds like hundreds of other songs, if not thousands. And the only reason I'm like really bringing that up, besides it being how I feel, is when I saw that it was a Morbol theme, I was kind of excited, like, ooh, you know. As far as I know, I've never heard him have his own theme, you know. As far as I'm aware, a lot of songs in Final Fantasy just use like a predetermined boss theme or like a big boss theme, but not very many individual boss themes unless they're like the final boss or something. So I was like, ooh, Morbol theme. What is that going to sound like? Can be weird and be kind of creepy. To me, it didn't even. Not only did it not fit him, but it could have gone to any fight. It could have been a generic fight, a random fight. I'm not trying to sound mean here, but I also don't want to lie to you guys. And also think of it this way: the requesters to wait a while for these. And you know, who knows? Maybe they were hoping that I'm just like, yeah. But I'm just being honest. Like, yeah, it's good. It's not bad music. It's talent to create that stuff. But that's an in-game thing. That's like a really, like, damn, I'm really feeling this moment, and I could kill anything with this kind of music. But it is not music that I listen to or would listen to outside of the game. It's just, I don't know how else to put it, you know. The word I use, which is a word that has a big stigma behind it, is just generic. And I'm not trying to like justify here or backpedal, but like, what is the opposite of generic? It's unique. And you can tell when a song is unique, and then the other stuff would just have to be generic by default. It's not a bad thing. Like, don't think of the word generic as bad. Just think of it as, there's a reason that word exists. You know, it's sounds like a bunch of other songs. Anyways, if you really like the song, hopefully this doesn't offend you. It's just not something I would listen to standalone. And personally, as someone who likes Morbol, the character, and always look forward to fighting him, the idea of him having his own song sounds really exciting, but to me this, meh. So, let me know your thoughts. If you completely disagree with me, I want to know as well. It's fine, you know. I know it's weird for a YouTuber to say that, but You know, I welcome opinions. You can have opinions. It's just like I can have opinions. But the first song, fantastic. Second one, I already forgot what it sounded like. And that's just the way it is. Game looks cool, though. I'll give it that. I like that dark aesthetic, and, you know, I'm a fan. Like I said, I like God of War. I grew up with it. This would be, now that I've seen a little bit more footage, it seems like something I would consider maybe trying way down the line, but not anytime soon. Let me know your thoughts about 16. Let me know your thoughts about this song or Indomitable. And that's it. So thank you to Tocom and Patrick. Thank you to all my patrons this year. I couldn't be here without them, and my PayPal supporters as well. Thanks to you for watching. My name is Jesse in the auditorium. I will see you later. Peace.